Hi, welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful week and you're ready for another talk. This week, we continue to travel uh, through the regions of Portugal and talk about their gastronomy. This week, we talk about Trás-os-Montes, which is another northern region of Portugal. So stick around. Let's talk. And let's travel to Trás-os-Montes. Trás-os-Montes literally translated means behind the mountains. So as you can see, it's a region with also um, a beautiful landscape, lots of mountains as well, and lots of greenery, um, and beautiful food. It's all surrounded by Spain, both in north and east, and of course on the west has Minho. So it is located in the northwest, as I said, northeast rather, of the country. It was once populated by the Jews fleeing the Spanish Inquisition, and obviously that had some influences in its gastronomy. So let's start. For example, one of the dishes that are popular in this region, but as I said, when I mention that a dish is popular in a region, it's because it may have originated on that particular region, but that doesn't mean that it's only eaten in that region and the rest of the country won't consume it or won't like it. This is just a guideline of dishes that may have originated on these particular regions, but today they are embraced by the whole country and everyone in the country loves it. So this is just a guideline once again. Cozido à portuguesa. That's one of the dishes that apparently was originated in the Trás-os-Montes area. Uh, Translated, it's hard to translate this one, but it would be Portuguese broth, because what it is a broth of different types of meat, like beef, pork, several cuts of pork, chicken, and then with a lot of cured sausages like chorizos, and then you have another one called farinheira, and a blood sausage as well. So it has plenty of meats, but also vegetables. You can cook kale, you can cook cabbage, you can cook um, carrots, turnips, and you made this huge. It's usually a huge pot with all of this, and the vegetables are cooked in the broth from cooking all these meats, so they acquire all this beautiful taste from the meats, and then you cut everything in slices and you present it. And it's, some people also cook some rice with a bit of the broth, cook some rice and put some beans through the rice, and then it's another um, side dish for this. And obviously, you can't cook this dish just for two people because it's a lot of food. For example, what some people do, what I do is that I don't put a lot of the pork meat because they use cuts that I obviously don't like, such as pig's ears and pig's nose and things like that, which I don't like, pig's trottles, and I don't like those parts. So I take it away. I usually do it with the beef and chicken, and the chorizos. I don't usually use the blood sausage either because I don't like it. But obviously, then you can be creative and do it your way. But this is the traditional one. Then you have bacalhau assado com pão de centeio, which is the salt-dried cod roasted with rye bread. So it's a dish where the cod is actually roasted in the oven with olive oil, lots of olive oil, of course, and with a bed of rye bread. So it's really nice as well. There is the roasted turkey that is very common there. You have feijoada transmontana, which is a bean stew, but the feijoada transmontana, so in Trás-os-Montes, the feijoada, it's a little bit different from other regions of Portugal because they incorporated some vegetables in it. So apart from the beans and the pork meat and the chorizos, you will have also a little bit of cabbage. They usually put a little bit of vegetables in their feijoada. So that's the little difference, and it's delicious. Um, for the sweet tooth, there's tocinho do céu, which is like a pudding made with eggs and lots of sugar. And it's called tocinho. Tocinho, it's like uh, means that the fat from the pork, um, they usually call it tocinho, like the pork belly. When there's that huge layer of fat, they call that tocinho. And they call tocinho the cell, so Evans tocinho, because it really looks like that, but obviously yellow, and it's like a pudding, and they do it on a square, actually on a rectangular mold that makes it look like a tocinho, and then they cut it in slices, and it's really nice. And then you have the influence from the Jews. I have mentioned this dish before in my video about the general gastronomy of Portugal, but now here I am. It's from Trás-os-Montes, and it's called Alheira de Mirandela. Mirandela is a city in Trás-os-Montes, and this was originated there. It's actually the marked region, so all the original alheiras that come from that, they have a little metal stamp on it. That means that they are the original ones and they are from that region. And this was a way of the Jews to trick the Christians into think that they were eating pork. This sausage was originally made with chicken and fat and bread, but when you eat it, you really think you are eating pork. And that's how they tricked the Portuguese to think that they were now eating pork and they were converted to Christianism. This was really, really, really good. It's so nice. You fry this little this sausage, and then you can have it with a fried egg on top, or with chips. You can have it so many ways, and it's so delicious. And it's one of the characteristic dishes of Trás-os-Montes. So visit Trás-os-Montes and experience all these dishes because they are to die for. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed our trip to Trás-os-Montes. And I really hope you are thinking about going there and tasting all this food because there's plenty more. This is just a few examples of the amazing food you can have in that particular region. Um, Please remember that also today there will be published, or yesterday was published, an article about the wine regions, and I continue exploring the wine regions. I cannot say there is a wine region as Trás-os-Montes per se, but there is a wine region on this that in, uh, it's on this area as well. So there will be a little bit of a talk about the wines. If you have any questions or if you have any suggestions or any dish that I forgot, I hope I didn't forget one of the major ones. But if I did, please leave your comment below. I'm very happy to discuss it. Or if you've been to Trás-os-Montes and you have tried any of these dishes and you want to share your experience, feel free to do so. So, put a like, the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe the channel with a little click on the bell so you have a notification of a talk every week. So before I go, thank you very much for watching. See you next week. Have a good one. Bye.